Ready when you are.
I was looking at about 20-25 minutes. Your game plan.
I would say 10. I think except from 10 minutes blackout, I think we did very well in this game, and that of course is frustrating. We always aim to play the perfect game. I think we were very close actually compared to a lot of the other games we played this season, I think. But okay, so it was 10 big minutes of blackout. But in terms of consistent performance throughout the game, I think we were very good. I think first half was almost perfect, very aggressive in the high pressure when we could go man-man, and very good in a low block, fantastic defensive principles, very good transitions, very dangerous there, scored a very good goal, had 3 or 4 other good chances, opportunities, dangerous on set pieces. So I think we were on top. I know they had the ball more, but hey, playing against Tottenham is a massive club, fantastic players. So very, very good. Second half, we knew they came fast. I think the first goal, which gave them the blow, is one player around 4 of our players, is a ricochet, and then he can drops for him and he can pass it in. So it's the second goal that's the most disappointing. We can't, on our kickoff, concede in the other end, so we need to look into that. And then the third was also a ricochet, dropping for them. But again, very pleased with the players' character, the way they kept fighting, kept staying in the game. And we score, and in the end, it's us that is closer to equalize. And we see them, which I think was clever of them, so no disrespect. See them change to a back 5. I don't think I've seen them do that the whole season. So they must respect us in many way. But so a lot of positive, but it's always frustrating when you don't get points out of it.
And you just said that Tottenham was sucked in to a bit of sort of wind-up stuff from your team in terms of stopping the flow of the game, and also Neal Maupay. What did you make of that? Was that part of the plan to try and wind them up a bit?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what he's talking about.
DARTS celebrations and a bit of push.
If that's what's irritating them, then they have a problem, I must say. Isn't that fair to say?
It's your opinion.
Yeah, but if they're talking about a DARTS celebration is the one that's winding them up, then I think they have an issue, if you ask me. But if he's talking about us, I didn't know what did you say he said?
Disrupting the flow of the game, he's saying as well.
If that is that you try to press high, and their goal kicker on a free kick is using 30, 35, 40 seconds, they can't find a solution, and he's kicking the ball out of play, I take it.
He wasn't being critical.
No, but I take that.
You said that players, both sets of players, should get a UFC ring if they want to do all the pushing and shoving.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's in general just to concentrate and play football.
So the first half was a good performance. What went wrong for that 10 minutes at the start?
Yeah, good question. I think the main bit is that, of course, you knew they came out, and I think that half transition, the first goal, as I said, is Udogie around 4 players. He's shooting into East, it drops to him, score. And then the second goal is the one that irritated me the most after open play. You know, we normally don't concede there. And then it's a good team, so that happens. So, unfortunately, yeah.
Does it give you a bit? Can you take a bit of positivity from it, though, the performance that you did give for 80 minutes of that game?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was one of all the... From a lot of games, I think it was more complete, this performance. Definitely more complete in 80 minutes. I think there was a lot of positive. The high pressure, the defending low were very good. I think the transitions very good, and I think in spells we kept the ball well, and the way we kept going in the end of the game, where we thought was more on top and closer to equalize. I think that's definitely positive. Yeah.
And without Saman and Sergio, Keane Lewis Potter had to fill in at left back. What did you make of him?
I'm very happy for that question. I think he was brilliant. I think he was absolutely fantastic defensively, and I think he was very good going forward and also being a threat the other way. I really liked what I saw. So I think the 80 good minutes in that spell, there was a lot of good performances. Let's say Keane. I think Chris Nørgaard was brilliant. I think the three centre backs was good. Ivan and Neal was good on top. I think there was a lot of positive. I think the players coming on. I think Justin Silva looked lively. So yeah.
Considering how long he's been out, Ivan's looking pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Bit about a hat-trick on Neal now.
Yeah. Yeah, he could. Yeah, I agree. The header is a big chance, and then the big chance where he cut and then played wide. Yeah. He's been working very hard to come back to the level. And the first game he played 90 plus 15 or something like that against Nottingham, and today also. So hopefully, though, still with more rhythm, he will come into even sharper. But I think it's 5-10% maximum. I think his touches look good. I think he's a threat.
His last 4 games for Neal Maupay. He's well known struggling for goals before this year. Do you see this as a help with that, or is he sort of turning it around?
Is he seen as what, sorry?
Is he turning his... What do you put this turnaround down? Turnaround his ability to score goals again?
Yeah. Sometimes players fit in some clubs and sometimes they fit in other clubs, so there can be different variations, and sometimes you get that confidence back, and that you are a good player and you can perform. But of course I'm very pleased, as you say, 4 goals in 4 games, and he's getting on the end of it. I think there's also a few situations in the box, I don't know if it's set piece or second ball, where he actually landed on it, and if he have a first time finish, I think potentially a goal or at least a big chance. So no, I think he's growing. You can see that.
Throughout his career, he's often a bit of a nuisance for the opposition. Is that one of his strengths?
Strength and weakness, like anything else. No, but I think it's what we are good at. If let's say we are good at high pressure, so that's very good. But that can also be the weakness if they're running through it sometimes. And if you are good at something, I don't know how to describe it. Whatever, I don't know how to describe being the head of other opponents. Maybe that's a good thing, but also important to focus on your own game. I think that's. I'm not saying he's good or bad at it, but I think with anything else, it's the strength or weakness.
Yep. Thomas, Toney's return, has you noticed the impact he might have had on his teammates? The performances over the last couple of games from them don't look like players who should be down in 15th.
No, I agree. I also think if you look at all those so-called stats, which is not the only thing we should look at, I think there's much more into it. But I think it's a good indicator that we performed to more points. We performed. We should have had more points and being a bit higher and not quite a bit higher in the table. But it's also about putting the ball in the back of the net and avoiding it going in the back of our own net. But I think maybe in the 5 games we lost, maybe we lost a little bit of the confidence and a little bit. And then when a top player is stepping into on the pitch, that gives confidence, and he's good to make his teammates better in general. So of course it's helped.
And deadline day tomorrow. Could you give us an update on the situation with Antonio Nusa and if there's any other news?
We hope to get one more player in, but let's see. I'm in doubt if it will succeed.
Any ideas of who that might be?
Yes, but I'll not tell it. I like to speak about the players that when we have signed and everything is fine, but not anyone else. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
We've seen a very nice Brentford lately in the past couple of weeks, but before the Forest game, you couldn't grab a single point in the Premier League. How did you turn things around? Did you think at the time it was just a matter of results, or you had to change something to get the team back on track?
I think it was about us staying, how can I say, calm and do what we think is the right thing to do in terms of how we want to play, what we want to do, being consistent in that, and that's what we have done. And the 5 games we lost, there was we shouldn't have lost all of them. Let me put it that way with the performances, but we did, and that can happen. But now we had, and the funny thing actually is the game against Nottingham. I think the performance overall was not much better, if probably maybe a little bit worse than 1 or 2 of the games we lost. So that's football. So I think a big thing also from this team, I think you can see in this game we got this massive blackout. Some teams will just fall apart and lose 5-1 or 6-1. We, touch wood, never do that. And that's a big part of the character and the culture that gets us through a bad patch of games, and also in a bad period in a game.
I think this kind of away games against big teams for your system is the more comfortable games that you can face, like being compact and then being very good in transition as you've been today. I think these kind of games against big clubs, like last season you won against Manchester City, probably the only team to win at the Etihad, and another strong performances against big clubs away. Do you think that's the perfect game for your kind of squad?
No, but I think we are very good at that. When we decide to have that game plan, I think we have a very good game plan, and when we execute it very well. But I also think we are very good, and I think that's part of our tactical flexibility, and a big praise to the players. So when we play home, for example, this year against West Ham or Burnley or Luton, where we are playing a 4-3-3 and more, you can say we also know that we most likely will have the ball more even games potentially. And then we know also how to do that. You're welcome.
Yes. I was going to say, not to try and dwell on the negatives, but there is a slight trend with regards to conceding goals in quick succession. I wondered whether there was anything you attributed that to, or whether you just think of that.
I haven't thought about that, but now I'll look into it. But it's the classic one: don't concede the first 5 minutes of any half, or the last 5 minutes, or straight after one goal, and maybe we need to highlight that a little bit more. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.